Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm just setting up streaming. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, I thought only I can't hear you.
hmm
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So good morning. Happy Sunday. And welcome to our systematic study for Vedic scriptures. In that we are reading Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11. And yeah, because of Kartik month, there was some break so that we could use that for hearing more pastimes of the Lord. But let's get back to our systematic study of spiritual knowledge, yeah, spiritual Wissenschaft. Mm. Before that, let me offer prayers and then we'll start. You can also recite yourself. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamscha नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. So, we are in chapter 11, which is very, very, very important. After we understood what is the Aishwarya of the Supreme, then we are reading through the chapter 11. Very importantly, um, the universal form. Yeah, the opulences. When the opulences of Krishna are unlimited, Arjuna was asking, "Oh Lord, can you show me your form?" So I would like to see. And last time, if I remember, a month back, we were discussing why Arjuna requested Krishna to show his universal form. Arjuna is already a devotee. Arjuna is a devotee, and um Krishna. Hello. Yeah. Um, uh, Krishna, yeah, who is Supreme Personality, where everything emanates from him, and has a wonderful form in his two-hand form, uh, where he's eternally living in Goloka, Vrindavan. But here, Arjuna is asking, "Show me your universal form," because, yeah, if someone looks just like us, we very easily think they are also at our level. Uh, we may think, because, what is so special about him? Does he has 10 hands, 10 heads? Of course, 10 heads we may identify with Ravan. Uh, does he have 4 heads at least? Where we see Chaturmukha Brahma, such a great person. But Krishna, if you have only one head, two hands, and of course, yeah, mm, you are youthful and all attractive. But yeah, maybe this appears to be some supernatural, or maybe some extra, maybe to call you as a superman rather than to understand you are the supreme man, supreme personality of Godhead. So this is one reason where Arjuna is asking this form, so that by seeing tomorrow no one can claim that I am also God, because Krishna had two hands, I also have two hands. Krishna had a flute, I can also have a flute. Krishna was with women, I can also be with women. In that way, there can be more number of um God list, especially in Kali Yuga. Mm. So Arjuna is asking this, that Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his all pervading, all pervading. That is not possible by a human person. How much can we pervade? Pervading means to have our perception. Maybe if there is a pain in our tooth, we can perceive that. If our eye uh, gets blurry, we can feel. If some cool or hot breeze is blowing around us, we can feel. Our perception is only to that level, very, very limited. How much perceive perception we can have beyond our body? Maybe little more. uh, that we also can perceive what our family members are going through, what are they suffering. We may have some perception at that level, maybe to a community level, that too very, very less. Our mm, perception is quite limited and also imperfect, whereas the Lord is all pervading, omnipotent, omniscient. So in that way we see that Lord is not a role that one can take into that shoes and then start saying that I am Lord or I am God. Uh, it's not just if we have some power, if we have some followers, if we are rich, yeah. Because of power, we can think, okay, or because of money, we can think, okay, I am great. I am. There are so many in the history. We can see so many things or claim themselves as God. Even to date, we see come across such a situation. So to just to just uh, save the position of Lord, and that mass cannot be cheated. Arjuna is asking, though he's a devotee. This is one reason. So that tomorrow the impersonalists or atheists can't simply say, okay, hey, God is an imaginary, artificial creation. There is nothing like God and all. Arjuna is asking, and Krishna will show his universal form, and then it is not only Arjuna has seen. Some may think, okay, maybe Arjuna is only one person who have seen, and what is the guarantee that he has seen? So later he will reference other sages who have seen, who have described, and what Krishna is showing is same, which means it is not that um, this is some kind of concoction, speculation, or creation. No, but it is reality because the Lord is all real, absolute truth. The second or third reason is that Arjuna is asking, as a devotee. As a devotee, we want to know more and more about the Lord. The more and more we know about Him, the more and more we can glorify Him, the more and more we can do bhajana, to glorify, to sing His glorifications. And in that way, a devotee is ever eager to know, to see the form of the Lord, to have every detail that one can capture so that they can engage in the service of the Lord. Just like if we would like to give a gift to a friend of ours, we will start checking what pleases him the most. At initial stages, we may know him only by person because we just met him at a railway station, or we would have met in a store, or at a university, or at office. Yeah, we know just as a person that okay, who is he, from where is he coming, and etc. But then we want to give a special gift because we think that yeah, this person is very dear to me because he cares me, and he takes special interest for my welfare. Suhradam Sarva Bhutanam. And Krishna is saying that I am all well-wisher. I am well-wisher of not just one person. I am well-wisher of all. Suhradam Sarva Bhutanam. Even the living entities, which include not just human race, but also the plants, trees, animals, beasts, birds, aquats, everything. That is what is called all-pervading. That he can understand what exactly is required, what is that um, is the circumstance, uh, the facilities that are best for the person or being. So, in that way, if we really want to have eternal friend, with whom we can share our happiness, our grief, we want a gift, we definitely need to know more about him. How much have we learned about Krishna? We only see the some paintings of some devotees or even some artists, and then we think, hey, this is Krishna. Uh, and usually, artists usually see what can fly more, what attracts more, and the artist may pick those where there is more gopis, and Krishna in a one full moon night. Draw that more, and yeah, what a nice canvas. Uh, or even I've seen, yeah, I don't know if you have seen this photo where um, someone paints where Krishna is lifting the Govardhan hill, and under the hill are the gopis, and Krishna is already grown up boy, not a boy, even a man, where we know at what age this pastime took place. Anyway, irrespective of that, but there is Sukruti by doing that service of painting and helping us to remember Krishna Leela, Krishna's pastime is already a big thing. Mm. So, anyway, so that is one. Yeah, so as a devotee, there is no end. There is no never-ending thirst to know more, more, more about Krishna because Krishna, his katha, is so soothing and pleasant that we will never be satisfied to know the glorious pastimes of the Lord and the form of the Lord, His paraphernalia, His entourage. So everything is so beautiful. Okay, I I saw Deepti. I think who's joined first time. What we do is that we take one verse, or not one verse, few verses in each Sunday. We read the translation, we read the verse, translation, and purport, and keep moving verse by verse in that way. Yeah. In case if you uh, would like to start reading, you can do that, or someone can start, and then then you can follow from the next verse. Someone else would like to read? Yeah, someone, or shall I begin? Whatever you prefer. Dinch?
Hare, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Can I start, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, you can.
Can you hear me? Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Manasya yadi. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Okay. I will start. Manasya yadi तच्छक्यं मया दृष्टमिति प्रभो योगेश्वर ततो मे त्वं दर्शयात्मना वयम्
Abhyayam.
अवयम्. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Purport: it is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark, therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength, rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Arjuna could understand that for a living entity it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to. Uh, could you please scroll down? If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to
I think you
understand the
have a
nature.
bad network.
I'll try. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word Yogeshwara is also very significant here because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotion service. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you. So in this verse we see, I don't know if which side is the network issue, maybe on my side. Here we see manyase yaditad chakyam. It's not if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form. So this is first thing. Oh Lord. And then what he says, then O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal form. Here one thing is O Master of all mystic power, which is Yogeshwara. Yeah, usually we are coming on this important topic. Why? Because in the name of yoga, so many um, uh, misconceptions, misidentity with the yoga is growing more and more. Maybe someone comes from Indian background, may know what, may have an idea what is a real yoga, but even in that there is again a lot of confusion, and not so many schools of religion teach yoga as it is. If we want to learn yoga, if we want to know yoga, this is the best. Yeah, when we take shelter of Bhagavad Gita, why? Because this is the dialogue of the Lord, who is Yogeshwar, who is the master, who is the Ishwar, yeah, controller, or who of the yoga. It is possible only by this special power, which is mystic power. So he is saying, oh, Yogeshwara means, O master of all mystic power. Yoga is performed to get power so that we can have a healthy lifestyle. Yoga is performed to get, we see that yogis are focusing between the eyebrows, and then they are mm, meditating for hours together so that uh, they can expand their perception. Okay, they can start perceiving beyond themselves, their body. They can leave the body somewhere, and then as a spirit soul they can travel to other planets and can see what is happening, and what, and ultimately all this is towards what? Towards our search. Yeah, we are searching where is the end. Yeah, as soon as when we have a problem, we always are looking how to solve it, to bring it to an end. So all the yoga practices, initially we may think it is for our health benefit, for some relaxation, for mind control, but ultimately we understand what is the purpose of all these things. If I have a very perfect body with all perfect muscles and um, uh, mm, all body parts and organs intact, what is the use if we don't know what to do, make use of it? Just like if we are granted a very nice car, and if the car is so good, if we only want to keep it in a garage, then it doesn't serve anything. Rather, we want to use it so that we can commute between places. This is one thing. And after that, okay, if the body is very good, maybe the mind, maybe the mind is not so good, whatever. Then we think, okay, let's take shelter of yoga, because I heard that in by breathing exercises, we can build very nice lungs, and not only that, in that we can have a soothing effect, because there is a relation between our breathing to the brain and to the mind, to our heart, and all these things. And we see that, okay, it's such a nice science, and I'm very fascinated by the science of pranayama. Yeah, yes. After that, what next? Is it only that our goal is to keep ourselves fit for living very, very long life with no diseases? Is that the goal? I think at least in our school days we didn't read only that. Uh, Always we wanted to lead a purposeful life. And how can we lead a purposeful life when we don't know what is the purpose of life? So when we don't know what is the purpose of life, that's why the yogis, after coming to this meditation, pranayama, then they come to dhyana. But then what is the object of dhyana? To have focus, there should be an object of focus. And in that way, then there is okay, because now it gets subtle. Until if it is body, we know if I take some 10 grams of protein, I can have that muscles. If I do this fitness, I know how to tone or shape myself. But when it comes to something that is not so easily visible, then it becomes little fizzy and fuzzy. And because of this nature, then so many speculations come in. If we want not to get trapped in that speculations, then what we should do? We should do what Arjuna is doing. Hmm. He is asking here that it is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord. So, whatever we are trying to estimate how huge is Krishna or huge is the Lord, Oh, what is this whole cosmic creation? Who created it? Is it a big bang or some other bang? What banged it so that we are here? So many speculations to understand, but with the senses we can't. Why? Because we have limitations. What are our limitations? Huh? What are our limitations is whatever we perceive is not much beyond this body. That itself is a limitation. Even with this body, with our eyes, we can't see far as good as even a bird. Bird can see even far. Yeah, even though it sits on top of a tree which is 30 meters high, it knows where is its prey. Or when a hawk is hovering over a seabed, it can see when a fish can come up. With our eyes, we can only see um, the water line. Yeah, we can't see beyond under the water level. Uh, and that's why we have all the scuba diving and everything to go explore. But the birds have the capacity. As soon as they are so apt, such a and they can fly so fast, grab its food and then run away. Our eyes are so limited. What is next? Our ears. Our ears are not so sensitive as even dogs. Yeah, we see a dog can sense our who is coming. If there is a small, they have a higher um, decibel perception. We don't have that. Nose. Hmm. Yeah, I think when something, yeah, we want to solve a mystery, people nose is not trusted more. Mm. Rather, sniff dogs are there. They can sniff far better, far better than us. Mm. And yeah, so in that way, anyway, to focus on this point mainly is that we are so limited, but still we think that we are unlimited. Why? Because spirit is unlimitedly, it can pervade, though it's infinitesimal, it can. But as and when it came in contact with this body and we start identifying with this body, then what is happening? This infinitesimal spirit soul is even more limited, even more restricted, confined to this only limited perception. Ah, there is this, and uh, these senses are our limits. Uh, with the senses, whatever we perceive, we start believing only that. If someone is saying, "Hey, there is something," no, 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 I have not seen with my eyes. I don't trust it. I haven't heard about this. I won't trust. I haven't smelled. I didn't trust. I didn't touch it. I don't trust. In that way, these senses are our limits. Very limited perception we have, but our mind, which is subtle than all these gross sense organs, it has a perception which gives us, like, just immediately, if we close our eyes, if we want to kind of um, get to a point where, okay, I had a wonderful holiday, and then immediately our mind will take us to that spot where we took a hotel, where we had food, where we had great time. Yeah, though we are here, the mind could go, not the body. But even the mind cannot go beyond. Yeah. So in that way, these are our limitations. There is this um, the senses uh, are so it makes the limitations, and not only limitations, they can also be kind of very dangerous if we just carry on with the sense enjoyment or sense whatever our senses are asking. If we keep providing, what are we becoming is we are becoming slaves of the senses. We are thinking that the sense will be satisfied. When the senses are satisfied, then we may have great vision. That's why people say, what is the normal thing we hear? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So everyone comes to this point and says, hey, karma is the very important. Yeah, if we want to advance, we have to have karma. What is karma? Attachment, enjoyment, satisfy our senses. So this is what is karma. So let's first satisfy our senses. Once the senses are satisfied, then we go next step. Then comes liberation. So until 50 years, don't think about spirituality. After 50, start thinking. After 60, if we survive, let's try to do something if our body is fit, and let's see how long can we do it. Huh? So out of our golden period of whatever years, we ourselves are postponing our great fortune to the last days with lot of risk associated. If we really take a probability, what is the chance that I can really be perfectly fit, as strong as in my youth, in my old age? Already the probability is very, very less. What is the probability I survive then, till then? Also very less. What is the probability I will have the right consciousness at that time? Very, very, very less. In that way, we are challenged to really think now, not to postpone. That's why we need to come and take shelter of yoga. Otherwise, Krishna wouldn't speak about yoga. Krishna is speaking about all different yogas to help us to come to this point of accepting Bhakti Yoga as the topmost. Why? Because only in Bhakti Yoga we understand that I am this body, I am this soul. I am not this body, I am soul. I have got this body which is all of imperfection. And to become perfect, what I have to do? I have to take shelter of Mukunda. To take. And how to take it? Sevan Mukhe. By service. What is it called? Bhakti Yoga. So this is all what is Krishna directly saying. Who is Krishna? Again, he is Yogeshwara. And what is the proof? Arjuna is helping us to get that proof. He's Arjuna, who is a devotee, but still what is he doing? He does not depend on his speculative strength. He admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. We can never estimate the greatness of the Supreme Lord. If we estimate, it is, I remember, is it in Quran or in in Bible? In both, I think, both the scriptures, it said, uh, in Quran, it is an offense to estimate the power of the Lord. I don't know if someone comes from that background or have read it, uh, may tell it, that in the Holy Quran, this is definitely said. Why? Because in that process, one may commit offense. Think, hey, Lord is this, Lord is that. So best to already keep a very strong um, thing that don't estimate how great is Lord. Lord is all powerful. And in Bible, long ago I had a short conversation with what do you call, preacher, Christian preacher, and he was asking, "Have you seen God?" And he was saying, "Yeah, God." He was saying, "God is so powerful that we cannot see with our eyes." This statement can be understood that Lord is such a bright light. This is what the impersonal understanding is. Lord is such a bright light that we can't see with our eyes. Which means if you can we see sun directly with with our naked eyes? No, we can't see. After some time, it's very difficult to behold the vision. And Lord is even more powerful than many such suns together. So this means that what Bible says is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Lord is supreme power that we cannot see. If we see only at a light level, we cannot see. But we need Krishna. Arjuna is asking, if you, Arjuna is asking, he's requesting, if you give me that ability to see you, I would like to see you. Uh, so here we see that, okay, yes, we cannot estimate the greatness of the Lord. We should not do it. We can't do it. There is no limit for it. That is why just thinking there is a limit and thinking about it, it's not at all possible. So here we see that Arjuna is asking, he's requesting, he's not ordering. He thought, hey, you are my friend. That position already Arjuna left. When we hear this Karpanya Doshapahat Swabhava, in that here already Arjuna has accepted Krishna as his teacher. Why? Because he is Yogeshwar. If we want a teacher, we should have such a great teacher. Uh, and what is the qualification that Arjuna had? Only one qualification. What is that? Huh? He is his devotee. And only a devotee can attract the mercy of the Lord, because it is not possible to see the Lord with whatever we do, except unless otherwise, if the Lord himself enable it, which is called his mercy. So Arjuna, or for that matter, no one can challenge, can you show me that you are God? If one is going to Krishna uh, and he's asking, even in a challenging spirit, it's of no use. And we know um, in the whole assembly, royal assembly, during the Rajasuya Yagya, what happened? Shishupal saw Krishna, but he didn't accept him. When in the Shanti Parva, when Krishna went to Hastinapur and to try to settle things peacefully, of course Krishna didn't want it, because the problem at that time was not just Hastinapur problem. All the kings uh, all over the globe, they were corrupted. So Krishna wanted that all assemble at one spot and then let there be a war of Kurukshetra, so that all the kings who are on Adharma side are killed. So anyway, Krishna, but still he wanted to enlighten at least one king, Duryodhan, and Duryodhan was saying, "Hey, catch hold of him. Who can catch him?" For Duryodhan, he saw Krishna as ordinary, or maybe partial, partial to Pandavas, but still he is a human. That's what he was thinking. So in that way, the Lord, mercy is of different nature. He just said, "Hey, you want to catch me? Try to catch me." And he expanded huge himself. No one could catch. But people may think that is a mystic power. Expanding is something, maybe a normal thing of those days. They thought it's normal. Maybe some powers he had. That's why we have to be careful. Mm. Anyway, so coming back, and then um, Arjuna is not mentally speculating or perceiving with his material senses. Huh? Arjuna admits his limitations, and we, as followers of Arjuna and the devotees, we also understand that our senses are limited. We cannot perceive the greatness of the Lord just with the senses. So we should understand our limitations and understand the position of inestimable position of the Lord. And then, and we also have to understand from this verse that Krishna is Yogeshwar. Mm. Uh, he is having inconceivable potencies, yeah, mystic power. Mystic powers are inconceivable. We don't know how they work, but they still happen. Just like now we think that Big Bang could be a reason. No, it's not Big Bang, but it is Krishna. We don't know all the logic. We don't know all the science behind it. How Krishna is maintaining all the creation, just like a necklace, pearl necklace. We see all the pearls are intact. Uh, Sutrair Maniganai. So he's saying that we don't know how all these orbits are there, how everything is perfectly going round. We don't have the ability to understand to that level unless Krishna again reveals. Uh, it's not like a scientific scientific, challenging approach through which we can start finding. How much can we find? Hmm? Sometimes it fails. There was a time when they said sun moves and around and the earth, and then at some point there was this next what said like no, sun is stationary, only the earths keep moving or the planets move. And later came next where sun moves, also the planets move. I don't know, have anyone heard this? And recently there is another finding that says, yes, sun moves, but not as fast as we thought. Mm. That is how we are understanding or approaching to understand this creation with a lot of speculation, assumptions. Yeah, we may think, hey, no, scientists will not accept unless they see. No, there are a lot of assumptions, hypotheses. Mm. Let's assume that the weight of the no, the mass of the Earth is infinite. This is what Big Bang. Once upon a time, this would have happened, and that would have been the case. Uh, uh, Otherwise, yeah, how? Hmm? Give a lot of things like that. So all these things. So anyway, Krishna, if we understand that Krishna is the Yogeshwar, who is the supreme mystic, which who has all the powers, it's not so surprising that a small seed can lead to a big banyan tree. It's not a mistake thing. Huh? It's not so thing. Of course, we have witnessed it every day. There is a seed we have watered, and everything slowly the tree has grown. Then we see, we start thinking, hey, this is the science. Now I understood. But still, there is how can a seed? Why when such conditions are provided to the seed, then it is becoming a tree? Why? Why it should do like that? Hmm? No answer. When we keep putting why, we come to a point, to this point, and understand we can't have answers for everything. The only answer is it is all because of the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord with which everything is functioning. Okay, anyone has any question? Anyone want to add anything? Hmm? Silence. Are we good? Ready for the next verse then? So then we go to the verse number 5. Deepti, can you hear us? Just to check. I don't know.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Would you
Sorry.
like to read this?
Uh, yes.
Okay.
Uh, Prabhuji, I need to read from. I need to read from somewhere, or because this is first
Are you
time I
seeing
have
the
joined this.
screen?
Um.
Acha, you are seeing the screen or
Uh, let,
I think you
Not
have joined
clear.
on the
I mean,
phone.
there is some problem in my laptop. So last time also I was
Acha,
not able to hear properly, and I'm
okay.
not able to see your screen.
Acha, okay. No worries. Then, yeah, maybe then you hear and we'll try to sort out. Yeah. Or you can
Yeah.
open, if you can open, I'll send the link in the chat
Okay.
and you
Yeah,
can
I
open.
will try. Yes. I think there is some
I'm
problem
just
in my
sending now.
laptop, so I need to check. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, let's sort out later
Yeah.
then. Okay. Someone would like to read this? 11.5?
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Deepali Mataji.
श्रीभगवान् उवाच पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि शतोषत् सहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च.
Yeah.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Partha, see, now my opulence, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine, and multicolored forms. Purport. Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature. As the material nature is manifested and not manifested similarly, the universal form of Krishna is manifested and non manifested. It is not eternal, situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other forms. As far as a devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form. But because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna, in this way Krishna reveals this form. This universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. So here we see, yeah, Krishna is showing his variegated form, this variegated form which is having in different color, I don't know, in the multicolored, yeah, form. So although transcendental form is just manifested for cosmic manifestation and is therefore subject to temporary time of this material nature. How to understand this is, as the material nature is manifested and not manifested. Yeah, we know this, right? During the full dissolution or partial dissolution, the whole which is manifested is becoming again unmanifested, and later again when the day of Brahma comes, then everything is again animated, and for that animated, again everything is manifested, and everything is manifested, and everything is functioning with all variegatedness, with all multicolor, and so this is what is what, and which means it is temporary. It is not always there. It is not eternally present. This is what it means, that this universal form that Krishna is showing is transcendental, yeah, but temporary. Usually we always see transcendental means eternal, na? No, transcendental but temporary, because it is subject to temporary time of material nature. Huh? Because of the material nature itself, which is temporary, that's why this body, that's why when we are showing Surya Netram, yeah, so the face of the Lord is having the sun, the moon as his eyes, and then there is the demigods, and everything um, is not eternal. Of course, on a spirit level, yes, but we see all this come and go, uh, the beings come into existence and go. So that's why this transcendental form is not eternally present in the spiritual world, where we say there is one form. Like now we know Krishna, we know Rama, we know Nrsimha. Yeah, this universal form, yeah, is, though it's transcendental because it is the body or the form of the Lord, but it is not eternally present in some dham. It is not eternally situated in some spiritual sky. This is what we understand. And this universal form is not possible to be seen by ordinary men. Only people who get this power. From whom? From Krishna. Why? Because he is Yogeshwara. Uh, Only he can see this wonderful form. And this wonderful form with different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwin Kumaras, and all the demigods. Yeah, all these demigods. Yeah, are in the remits of the material creation. To understand the unlimited, the universal form, we have the ability to only perceive with the reference of the material creation. Or who are the demigods? What is the position of a relation between the god and the demigods? Only that we can understand. So this universal form is also, yeah, with all the demigods composed of that is. Hmm, yeah, when with reference of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see it is a temporary, it's an imaginary form, but doesn't mean that it has no importance. It has importance to see how everything is functioning or constituted with the Supreme Lord. Yeah. Someone would like to read the next one? Sagar Prabhu, I think I've seen you. We're there. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu, I can read
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One second, sorry.
11:6.
11:6, yeah. So, just looking at it. Okay. Pasyadityan vasun rudran ashvino marutastada bahunya drushta purvani vasascharyan bharata. Okay. O best of Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before.
Yeah,
Even though,
purport.
okay, I think you'll do it. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it was still not possible for him to know everything about Lord Krishna. Here it is stated that humans have neither heard nor known of all these forms and manifestations. Now Lord Krishna reveals these wonderful forms.
Yeah. Thank you. Next, someone.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Apu Prabhu.
Ya ekastam jagat krisham pushada sha characharam mama dehe gurakesha jaschanat dishtum ichchashi. Translation: O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. Purport: no one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientist cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so in this we hear even Arjuna, a personal friend and most advanced learned man, did not know all about Krishna. Yeah. Why? Because Krishna is unlimited. So Krishna is saying, whatever now that is coming to your mind that you want to see, yeah, and also in future what you may think you may come to want to see, you can see now. Yeah. That vision I am giving. And in this verse, he's saying that even most advanced scientists cannot see other parts of the universe. Now we have all sophisticated equipment with very, very long telescopes with satellites and all, to understand. And then we are still seeing, okay, how, when, uh, mm, what dust particles are there, and what is the property of these dust particles. We are talking only at a particle level. So with that, what can we understand? Just imagine if there is a nice house, if there is a nice house next to us, and we go very, very close to it, and then we saw a stone next to it. And if we start thinking, what is this? From where is it come? Is it because that there were construction going on, that's why this is here, or someone has thrown, or someone did it come by some storm? We can't. Or then we take this stone under a telescope or microscope, we can't figure out. Hmm. We may figure out what is the property of it, but the origin we cannot. We may get an understanding, but still, if a person who knows it, who comes and tells, and then that's it. So here Krishna is granting, he's saying, you could see past, present, and future. Uh, mm, we know very, what is called this fantasy, or we want to know about our past life. So many people want to know what we were in our past life. What are we going to do? Okay. But there is a possibility. We want to see our past, present, and even future. Maybe we think, hey, future, who knows? Because every day is changing. When every day is changing, how can whatever that we see can be real future? Yeah. How can we accept it as our future? Why? Because we are under a condition, under the potency, external potency of the Lord, that we are in a condition. And Krishna is so great that he knows what will be our free will and how we will use our free will so that we come to this future. That is why he is called all pervading, all omniscient, and all potent, omnipotent. So, and Krishna is saying, whatever you want to see, you can see. And then Arjuna will be shown this future destiny of all the relatives and warriors. He said, behold. And Krishna even says, hey, I have already killed them. You are just now acting, but I have already killed them. I have decided. So this is also future that he could show. And yes, and in that way, this is what it is, and which a pure devotee could see so easily. That's why, if we want to understand more about our future, how it looks like, even then we take shelter of Krishna. If we want to know what is our past, some may really want to know, then we can't go through this regression therapies, where past life regression, a person is taken into some hypnotic trance, and then he is continuously fed with some questions and he is giving answers. In that way, there is a possibility to know his past life. What is the guarantee that that is exactly? Just like if there is survey question, usually in in my office, I keep getting once a while to answer a questionnaire to tell how is the company performing, whether I like to be in the company, and all these questions. It is very subjective. I answer it one way, you answer it the other way. And the outcome of it, what we want to see, future, will also be different. So all these things are very what do you call, subjective, not objective. And in that way, we cannot have the clear understanding. But when Krishna is giving the vision, it will have a clear understanding about our past, present, and future. He says, you can see, and then, but how? Comes in the next verse. Who would like to read this?
Can I read Prabhuji.
Yes, Dhankari Mataji. Yeah, you can read it.
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji. Natu mam sakshesi darshunam anenapya sava chakshusha divyam dademi ti chakshuva pashomi yoganam aishwaryam.
Maybe try again. Yeah.
Oh, it's Sanskrit, Prabhuji. Sorry for
Yeah, yeah.
Natu mam
No, just
sakhayesi drashtum
Sakhya se
sakhyase drashtum anainabhya sava
Swa
sakaswa kashiva
Chakshusha. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Divyam
Mm.
dadameti kakshva pasayami yogam aishwaryam.
Yeah. Yeah. Natumam
Natam
Sakhya se Drashtum Anenaiva Swa Chakshusha Divyam Dadamite Chakshu Pasyame Yogam Aishwaryam.
yogam aishwaryam.
Yeah.
Translation: but not cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I gave you divine eyes. Behold my majestic opulence. But a pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his from with two hands. A devotee must see his universal from his by his grace, not with the mind but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind but his vision. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. Devotees who are correctly situated in a transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving futures, not by a godless display of opulence. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and the parents of Krishna never want to Krishna to show his opulence. They are so impressed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly vicious souls, and after many births they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as personal friend. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami recites this verse. Itam satam brahma shukanu bahutya dasayam gathanam para divethanam. Sorry, Prabhuji, it's my words.
No, go on.
My istranam nara dara kena sakham vijaya karta punyanat. Here is the Supreme Person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotees, and product product of material nature by ordinary men. Now these boys who have performed many precious activities in their past life are playing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.12.11. The fact is that devotee is not concerned with seeing the Vaishya Rupa, the universal form, but Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statements so that in the future people could understood that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the supreme but actually presented himself as such to Arjuna. Arjuna must confirm this because Arjuna is the beginning of the parampara system. Those who are actually interested in understanding the supreme personality of Godhead, go ahead. Krishna and who
Godhead.
follow, Godhead. Krishna and who follow in the footsteps of Arjuna should understood that Krishna not only theoretically presented himself as the supreme, but actually related himself as the supreme. The Lord gave Arjuna the necessary power to see his universal form because he knew the Arjuna did not practically wanted to see it, as we have already explained. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Yeah, it's nice. And yeah, if not here, where we will begin our recital exercises. Yeah, so it's nice opportunity where we can practice our shloka recitations. Yeah, even here. And when there are some, I think in Bhagavad Gita and also in Bhagavatam, initially in the introduction or somewhere or in the back, there is a page which shows like what letter, how to read. Like for example, when there is a line on the top of a letter, it is mom, not mum, and when there is a dot on the m, it is like not ma. So these kind of phonetics are mentioned, and when we use them, especially I read mainly not in Hindi language. I want to learn reading through Hindi. Some words become too longer, so I'm relying more on English. But then when we take this transliteration, then it makes easy. Then we just practice. Even I am very bad at sloka reciting. Yeah, but I am using this forum so that I can improve. Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much once again, Dankeli Mataji. Okay, we now go to what it means. Yeah, this verse is saying that especially uh, Arjuna is not pure devotees do not like to see Krishna in his universal form, but rather prefer to see him in his two-handed form. Why? Because of course that is his original form, and that is also the reason why we have this 2 hands, not 10 hands, not 100 hands, not that we have acquired mystic powers and grown our hands or heads. It is said, I mean, I'm still not able to understand. Does anyone know how many legs Ravana had? We know hands, we know heads. How many legs he had? He had 3 legs. I don't know how he looks like when his third leg manifests, but why did I say? Yeah, I mean, we when we see these kind of things, these are kind of lose our intimacy towards that person, saying, hey, he is looking odd or different to us. So the Lord is in original form is having 2 hands, and this is his original form, and we also who are part and parcel of him As humans, we also have two hands. And a pure devotee wants to see the Lord in such an identity that they don't see him as supreme personality of Godhead at all. Yeah, in all the pastimes that we read in Krishna book or in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we see it that way. Hmm. Of course, when we see the Lord in the form of Nrsimhadev, that for devotees, he says, hey, Lord can appear in any form. But their original Lord is always a two-handed form, Krishna. A Lord can appear as a Kurma avatar. Yeah, yesterday Maharaj was mentioning about that. He can appear in any form. His original form is blissful two-handed form. So pure devotees do not like to see Krishna in any other form other than his two-handed form. Therefore, Arjuna is told not to change the mind, but only the vision he is changing. So it's not that now the devotees, when they come to know, oh, Lord has this much, yeah, he is having universal form, and then they start meditating on the universal form. Don't change the mind. The vision should be that we want to see the Lord in his original form. So this is what is mentioned here. And with the example given here is that Krishna's friends, why they want it? That Krishna, they're not interested that to see Krishna in his as the supreme Lord. Why? Because then it will be an obstacle to exchange loving relationship with the Lord. Can we imagine ourselves to chastise the supreme Lord? we can't imagine our future how it will be. We are scared. We won't chastise. But you see the sakhas, they chastise. Hey, you are a naughty. You did that. Hey, you have killed a bull. You have killed a calf. Can we really? Can we really um, talk like that? Can we really dare to blame like that? No. But friends can do that. So the Lord is hiding his identity in such a way that so that his fellows can exchange in this loving relationship in the mode of dasyaras, in the sakhyaras, in vatsalyaras, in madhuryaras. And that's the reference here. Ittam satam brahma sukhanu bhutya. Yeah, dasyam. Yeah, here this is dasyam. We are referring dasyam gatanam para dayavatena maya sritanam nara darakena sakam. Sakam vajahru krita punya punya. Punya, here it is. Here is a supreme person who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages. What is the what Satam Brahman, impersonal sense, impersonal Brahman, the supreme personhood of Godhead by devotees, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. So different people are seeing the same in different levels. Now these boys, the boys are not seeing any of these things. They are not seeing as a supreme Lord. They are not seeing as supreme Brahman, and a product of material nature by ordinary men. No, they are seeing him who has performed many pious activities in their past life, who got this opportunity to play with Krishna as his friend. That's it. Nothing. Yeah. It is said that there is this Adi Shankaracharya's example that he says that when 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 a beautiful girl is walking on the street, then three different people will think three different ways. The examples given is a dog will see that hey, it can eat the meat of yeah, of this beautiful lady. A young boy will think such a nice girl to enjoy uh, the evening, and a sage is seeing it as a bag of blood and bones. But uh, in reality, in reality, here we see that the level of the gopis or the boys is not identifying based on whatever sense perception. They are just accepting him as a friend, sakha, and then exchange their daily activities with him. Okay, I'll stop here. Are there any questions in last 3 verses? Or anyone want to add anything before we close? Nishant Prabhu? Okay. If there are no questions, then yeah, have a nice day, nice sunny day on a Sunday. And who are around Gauradesh, please try to come to the temple. Today is a special guest, His Holiness Bhakti Ananda Tirtha Maharaj, who is coming, who will be there, who is giving the class. And yeah, be blessed. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Babuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.